Ice mile training. Been swimming in the ocean for the last year and a half, 2 years, in particularly this week, which is quite cold. Today being the 19th of January. No swim today, but I'm going to do some climatizing. I'm not sure what the temperature is, but I'll check now in a minute. Ice bath, iced up. Boy, oh boy, this is gonna be cold. So I'll go get the thermometer and I'll check what the temperature is. Now, I took the water temperature yesterday and it was half a degree, and that was with the cover on, so it's shown 1.9, 1.2, 1, 0.9, 0.9. You can see that. So the most important thing that I have found that you can do for an ice bath is to be ready on the finish. Have your rope, have a towel, and dry off as quickly as possible. Especially with the air temperature being, at the moment it's 0, so you're going from cold wet to real cold, and it can really do some damage to you, like if you don't get dry very quickly. I found that out the hard way last week. Okay, time to get changed, won't be a sec. Okay. Clock. Timers. 15-minute timer. Oh yeah. Okay. Right. What's important is to obviously climatize, but to do it slow. You see people diving into the water all the time. Obviously the initial shock is quite daunting and can be dangerous if you haven't done any training in the cold water. So legs first, that's my usual. Then on my hunkers, get the bum warm, the belly. Hard part is next, that's the shoulders. Okay, hands in. And breathe. Okay. So right now it feels like ice burn. I think the term has been out there a while, and that's pretty much what it feels like. It's the same as sunburn, except your skin is actually tingling really fast. It's like almost like a burn. Get them shoulders in all the way you go, yeah. Glad I didn't sit in the sharp pieces. Okay. So last week I did a swim. It was actually a nice mile. Wasn't recorded officially. Did record it on my watch. We're doing training at the moment in Clontarf Bats in the north side of Dublin, and the ice mile competition is on the 3rd of February this year. So I did a swim probably 2 weeks ago and it was 5.2. It was fine. Last week it was 3.6. The swim was fine. It was afterwards where I made a mistake. As I said at the beginning of this video, I got out of the water, and for whatever reason I was sort of just hanging around for a couple of minutes. I think about 4 minutes. Water again was 3.6, but the air temperature was around about -1. So what happened was the air basically froze the water that was on my body, and it put me into quite a shock. I got dizzy and I stumbled. It took me a good 10-15 minutes of support by my crew, the other Eastern Bay swimmers, to help me get up and about. But there's no doubt, after doing the research on it, it's definitely got to do with, once you're out of the water at that temperature, you really got to heat up or protect your body straight away. So this week I swam in Killarney, 6.5 degrees yesterday a mile, and it was 7 degrees on Wednesday. Same swim a mile, quite cold, but the focus was on getting out and getting dried. So usually what I do is, when I finish the swim, I usually just lie my back and float at the edge just to get my breath back. But this time it was swim right to the edge, get out, put your sandals on, get straight over, get showered up. Sorry, not well. I usually shower in the warmer weather, but get dressed up. Now I'm using a thermal long johns now, thermal top, a pair of wool socks, runners. I was wearing jeans yesterday. That was really funny because your hands are so cold after the swim. You can't feel the buttons on the fly. So it took a while for them to get to get on properly. But what I did was, once I had everything dressed, got my dry robe back on, put my cap on, and straight away just did about a 100-meter run, high knees, shaking the arms, and then did another 100 on the return. That did help. Then into the car with the heating on, but to be honest, it took probably about 3-4 hours before my feet were back to normal. this is cold. Now something else I've learned as well, obviously if you get into water straight away, you're going to go into a sort of a cold shock response, and the first reaction is to go to fetal position. That's what I got it. Everything in your body, you naturally just want to curl up, so your hands, your feet, your actual whole body, even like this now. But right now my fingers are really, really cold, and the top of my toes are really, really cold. But rather than fight it, I just let the water come to me and just try to be part of the water. It's a big difference between sitting in a tub like this and swimming. Swimming in this temperature is quite cold, but at least you're moving. Your body inside is heating up. So the fingers are really numb right now, really, really painful. And on top of the toes, the same. I watched a couple of those videos by Wim Hof. Interesting videos. A lot of stuff that he teaches is about the breathing. I found the breathing does help. I also find if you put your mind somewhere else, it's just such a huge mental challenge. This type of sport, ice swimming. When you look at a lot of the ice miles and the competitions, most of the time the temperature is probably in around 3.8 to 4.9 degrees. At that temperature, 1 degree or half a degree makes a huge difference. Focus on the breathing. $14.34. I can't say for sure how long I'm in now. My heart rate is up to 92. Water temperature is, well, I'll say 0 degrees on this. Outdoor temperature is -1. Minutes. Personally, I think if the water temperature is below 1 degree tomorrow, I think I might just give it a miss. Climatization. So during the summer, or even up to about 2 weeks ago, sea temperature was in around about 8.5 to 9.2 degrees. While it can still be a little bit cold, at least it's manageable. Anywhere around the 5 degrees, again, that's pretty much climatized to cold water. And I've noticed that anything that's a half a degree less and less, I believe that anything from 3.5 degrees down to 0 takes extra training and a lot more time over the course of, God, it could be a year or 2 years, to bring your body, or to get your body used to going into ice cold temperatures such as this. There's no room for heroes in this game. With a bit of luck, the temperature for the race hopefully will be above 4 degrees. And what I've noticed about the swimming as well in the race, or sorry, I should say in the pool where we're doing the race. Unlike sea swimming, it takes a while for you to get your breath. I think it's probably about 4 lengths before the constriction of the chest sort of eases off. After that, once you sort of acclimatise to the cold, you can start focusing on your breathing and your stroke. And I'll be perfectly honest, once I focus on the breathing and the stroke, cold doesn't really matter. I think that's the way I have my brain trained in order to negate the effects of the cold. Physically, it's not going to happen. I'm just looking at my body here now, and my legs are roaring wet. Toes are still a bit cold. Hands are, strangely enough, starting to get warm, like warm inside. 1439. That's 15 minutes now. I'll try to go a few more. No, you know what? Did too much last week. Did 45 minutes at 5 degrees. So 15 minutes. Oh, Lord almighty. Oh. Oh. Slow and steady. Okay. Right. I'm gonna go inside, dry off, and get heated up. So hope some of this information was incisive or incisive. It's really, really cold, and my speech is even getting slurred at the moment. So thanks for watching, and best of luck if you're doing the ice mile or ice swimming for that matter. Ciao.